Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I want to talk about the fighting type in the Pokemon TCG, because currently in the standard format, it's okay. It's not some insane type, but it's alright, I guess. We'll take a look at the cards that are in standard now that are fighting type that are good. Here is the list of all the ones that Limitless considers competitive, as in they've been played in certain decks, so we'll take a look at that. There's nothing super crazy to look at here, but there are some decks that are definitely decent, and some cards that are very meaningful. However, the reason I'm making this video right now is actually I made the with my most recent episode of the Recently Effective podcast with Uncommon Fossil. We talked about the new card reveals, and we missed this card because it was revealed after we recorded it. But it is a new Garganacle, which is actually a pretty cool card, and we will be coming back to this card. But this is from the new expansion Mega Evolutions, which has a bunch of really good fighting cards, one which is really good, and some other good ones, including this Garganacle here. And this Garganacle has the ability Power Salt. I will say it's 130 for 3, which is pretty bad, but I mean, it's not as bad as it looks, but it's still not great. But your ability Power Assault says attacks used by your fighting Pokemon do 30 more to your opponent's active. And if you're not familiar with what the fighting type likes to do, it just likes to do big damage for the most part. Um, there is some depth to it, though. We'll talk about. And there are some different fighting Pokemon in Standard, but did want to preface it with this Garganacle. Then I'll talk about the current fighting cards. Then I'll talk about the new fighting cards, the other new ones, and I will, of course, eventually get to the actual deck that I think like what it's going to look like, some different ideas, and how fighting might like how good it might actually end up being, because I think it could legitimately be the best type. Right now, it's one of the weakest types. If we look at the game, the most played decks in the new format, Black Ball White Flare, which I recently made a video on, and I'm actually recording this one right after the previous one, so the same amount of data, and it's relatively limited, but Metal is pretty good. Darkness is pretty good. Dragon's pretty good. Psychic is pretty good. Fire is certainly fine. And what types am I missing? Lightning is pretty solid as well. Of course, Colorless is still fine. Colorless is a pretty different type. And did I miss a type? My name is 10 types. I should know these better. But yeah, so you got Fire, which I said was okay. I didn't mention Water, but you got Lightning, Psychic. Of course, we're talking about fighting. You got Darkness, Metal, obviously not Fairy, Dragon. I said Colorless, so. Grass is okay for hitting weakness. Grass isn't super. I mean, we got an Ogerpon as well, so grass is okay on a similar level to fighting. In water, I guess water isn't really played in standard. We got Wugtrio. I mean, Frostlass is okay as well, but looking in standard, what are the competitive water type cards? Let's see. Water actually, honestly, is generally a good card type, but right now in standard, it's not that good. Again, Frostlass is decent. Iron Bundle certainly a pretty good card. Chimp X is like okay, I guess, and Wugtrio is also kind of cool. And Wellspring Ogre Pontiac. So there we go. That card's like pretty solid, but it's not like insane either. But anyways, in standard with fighting, we see Cynthia's Garchomp EX is I think a pretty good deck. It's a deck that has good versatility, I guess. I mean, it's mostly just seeing the active. You do 100, but then you do draw, and you have a bigger attack. You have free retreat, and you have some different Pokemon you can play. You got a single prize attacker with Cynthia's Spiritomb, which is nice. It is a bit setupy, I guess. I mean, not set up as in you need to set up a ton of pieces. Though setting up more pieces is good for you, but also it's setupy because your opponent needs to kind of play into it. But I mean, there are lots of decks like that. I mean, you see Monkey Dory all the time, and it's a similar concept there. Not the same, certainly, but a similar idea of you need to get hit into and not get one-shotted, but you have so much HP. You have like 400 HP with the tool you have, 400 HP, so you should be fine, hopefully. And then you have damage boosting and stuff like that, and search with Cynthia's Gabite as well. So Cynthia's Garchomp EX is pretty solid here. You got Mamoswine EX, which is okay. It's paired with some different Pokemon here. We see it generally paired with what this does not have. Oh yeah, no, this one has Garganacle. So Garganacle is kind of cool, which we'll talk about in a moment. Blaziken EX as well, which I think is a little more common, but Garganacle is fine as well. And yeah, Garganacle, of course, is fighting, which we'll again get to in just a second. Apparently, this is Garganacle played for healing. This one's not great. But the Garganacle with acceleration is pretty good, accelerating a basic fighting from your discard to one of your Pokemon in play and healing 30 from that Pokemon. And it's Garganacle, so that means it can be paired with the new Garganacle. So these two Garganacles together are pretty solid. They are stage 2s, so it's a little clunky. And pairing it with Mamoswine EX. Mamoswine's a pretty clunky deck in general. We need a bunch of stage 2s in play, but Garganacle, double Garganacle plus Hammerstone could be pretty solid, but you're not really looking for a damage boost, so I'm not entirely sure if that's the answer there, but it is interesting. Looking at other fighting Pokemon we have Koraidon, which I think is pretty good, as well as Slitherwing, which I don't think is good, but it's still fine. You have you got T-Loon, Koraidon, and like Glimmer and stuff. These aren't great. I guess Hawlucha is really good. Hawlucha might be, I guess, is the best fighting Pokemon in the game right now. But also it's like it's good, but it's not used for like the main Pokemon in a deck really at all. I've talked about Monkey Doria as like a Pokemon that's not the centerpiece of a deck. Hawlucha is much behind that. It's behind Badoo. It's like not that important. It's played in Dragapult for nice extra damage. It is good for that, and it can be very meaningful. But it's like it's played a lot or a decent amount, and it's not some insanely good card. You have Relicanth, a cool card, but mostly just a cool card. It has some use cases. You have Greninja EX as well, kind of cool. It's kind of like Cynthia's Garchomp EX, I guess, having a weaker setup attack and a stronger attack. This is not a stronger damage attack. It's more damage in total, but it's a spread attack. Or snipe. It does damage to 2. You got Conkle there, which is played for wait a little, it's not that good. Ultimately, I'm kind of stretching. Oh, and of course, I'm messing with Pine X and Okidogi. Okidogi is pretty cool here. Though it's not insane. Though it might be good. I don't know, with the buffs, it could be cool. But then, of course, I'm messing with Pine X is also very good. Not like insane, but it's pretty good. Its ability is very good, walling any Pokemon with abilities. And then yeah, that's about it. There was a bunch of cards there, but most of them aren't super strong. I do think Cynthia's is a pretty good card, though. And there are others if we want to get into them, but a bit of an overview there. But then we do have some other new cards which we really have to talk about. We have Mega Lucario EX. This was one of the first two Megas revealed. Don't remember if it was first or second, but it doesn't really matter. And it has the attack here Aura Jab, which is pretty good here for one fighting. It does 130, and you attach up to 3 basic fighting cards from your discard, or energy cards from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon and any way you like. So really solid there for energy acceleration, though not like super strong, but it's decent. It is a 3 prizer, so despite having high HP and good attacks compared to most Pokemon, it gives them an extra prize, which is a very big deal, and it's not like super tanky. I mean, it's very tanky for a stage 1. It's tied for the highest in standard right now. I mean, it's like really higher than any stage 1 in standard at the moment. Though obviously, this will be like it'll be passed up, I believe, by a stage 1. Maybe not. No, maybe Caramel has the same amount. Anyways, it's like high. But like there are stage 2s with this, so there are 2 prizers. So it's nice, but it's not like it can't be one-shotted, and has psychic weakness as well, which isn't amazing. And then Mega Brave for 2 fighting here, 270 for, again, 2 fighting, and can't attack back-to-back turns with Mega Brave. It's solid. You can add damage to this with the Garganacl and with the other new card, Premium Power Pro. Long story short, Premium Power Pro is the best card, but I'm actually going to hold off on that for a second and go to Hariyama first here. Hariyama is a stage 1 fighting Pokemon that's pretty alright, I guess. It has 150 HP here. Oh, I'm also looking at this on PokemonPractice.com, and it went bigger, so I couldn't see the HP, but 150 through your treat, which isn't great. It has the support ability, which is really nice, or really solid on play. You gust, kind of like, well, let's find it here. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Kind of like the Hops Double, which is played some. I mean, it's not played that much, but you'll see it occasionally. It's like kind of cool with hop stuff. It's not, it doesn't fit super well. It's played in Arcaludon mainly because you're looking for a gust because you have weaker damage picking off bench Pokemon there. But ultimately, it's not played that much, right? It's not some like super crazy card. Again, like its Hops energy is kind of loose. It's the Hops Pokemon, so you can search it out, and it can get value from the support theoretically, but it's not a good attacker. So ultimately, it doesn't have a place, but I do think it reflects the the power of the ability, which is like fine. Looking at older cards, notably, because we'll look at some older cards here to talk about some newer cards. But there's the Lycanroc GX, which is the, I believe, best variation of the ability. Am I forgetting something older? I feel like I am. There was what is it? I believe it's Luxray, right? I'm not getting these confused, am I? That'd be kind of awkward. Yeah, Luxray GX or GL level X here, which is a similar ability, kind of the same thing, but still a good card. Lycanroc GX also a very good card, with the gusting ability on play. So Luxray probably better, but Lycanroc GX still newer as well, which is good. Umbreon VMAX is similar as well. But anyways, they all gust on stage 1 play. With on the stage 1 Pokemon with an on-play ability here, which is pretty nice, and a solid attacker as well. And Hariyama is a solid attacker here, actually quite strong, doing 210 for 3 fighting, though it does 70 to itself, which is substantial. It will have 80 left, but Still, it's not like it is meaningful. It does self damage, but 210's like decent. Um, you can get the energy on using Mega Lucario EX. You could get it on with the Garganacles as well, theoretically. And you could heal as well. Again, like that doesn't seem super meaningful, but it could be nice there. The healing, the energy acceleration could be good, but again, you're a stage 1 with a stage 2. Um, and the ability is good, but you can use this to pick off bench Pokemon. Also, you are hitting an interesting type with fighting. I didn't mention this, but fighting can be very good for hitting weakness on certain Pokemon, but also does hit resistance on certain Pokemon. It is the type that is hits the most Pokemon for weakness or resistance because it hits lightning, it hits some colorless, some darkness, then also hits for resistance it hits some colorless and it hits so I guess all pretty much all colorless hit for weakness or resistance by it, and then also it hits most psychics for resistance there. So any flying Pokemon from the video game, which can be of any type, mostly colorless, but not can be other types as well. So it's like kind of weird here. Like you see Pheasantipty, you're hitting for resistance, or no, weakness. Squawkabilly, you're hitting for resistance there. So things get kind of weird. It doesn't matter all the time, but it can matter, and it's something you want to take advantage of. Like Mega Lucario can one-shot Pheasantipty, but it's not really going to be one-shotting Squawkabilly even with just 30 extra damage. So Hariyama, though, is okay. I did want to mention it, and it's meaningful. I think Hariyama and Garganacl are meaningful, and Mega Lucario EX are meaningful, but I don't know if they'll be super good. We'll see. But Garganacl is definitely interesting from the evolution line perspective, and then Premium Power Pro is definitely the card here, though, that I think is the best, with functionally the same effect as, I guess, Garganacl, increasing damage by 30 of fighting Pokemon tier points active. But this is a card that's like guaranteed to be really good, to be honest. We've seen other cards kind of like it in the past. We've seen Electro Power and also, oh, I misspelled that. Electro, there we go. Electro Power here from the Sun and Moon era, and more recently we saw we also have seen Plus Power. I will mention that one, so we'll, I guess, take a look at it. I don't know. And then we'll take a look at the card that I'm blanking on the name of. It's something Power. It's the Fusion Power Tablet. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I don't script these videos, so yeah, I forgot. But yeah, Power Tablet. Power Tablet is more simple. It just works with the Fusion Strike Pokemon. The Fusion Strike package as a whole is very strong, specifically for the Pokemon Genesect V. I've talked about this a lot, where VMAX is good, but not insane. Genesect V was the insane part of the deck, because it's both the attack that you use and the ability to draw cards. But anyways, that's a side note. VMAX, the deck with Genesect V and other stuff, is like super good, and Power Tablet was part of that package, and so it saw a lot of play. It was simply, again, same thing, plus 30 for Fusion Strike Pokemon, but not an insanely good comparison for this card. It's good because it's in a good deck, and it's good because it's good, but it's good because it's in a good deck as well. So Electro Power, though, was paired with good Pokemon. Lightning was specifically very good with the next set and the set it was in, with some really good Pokemon like Pikachu and Zekrom, Techno GX, which is a very strong basic Lightning Pokemon, which is actually, I was going to say reminiscent, I think it's the other way around, resembles Pokemon. I mean, it's a tag team. It's a 3-prizer, it's a basic, and we're getting 3 prizes back, but Mega Lucario here is a stage 1, so not the same, but Electro Power very good with Pikachu and Zekrom. Played with other things as well, though. Like Zapdos here and Jolteon. No, I don't think it was played with Jolteon that much, but mostly Zapdos and Pikachu and Zekrom. It was very good with Zapdos though, and even better with Pikachu and Zekrom, which is like a stronger deck. But Zapdos was pretty good. And also this doesn't quite show how good Pikachu and Zekrom really was. And then with other things, Victolfi as well was quite good with, not like broken, but it was pretty good. Ultimately, you see Electro Power being really good in a variety of decks, I guess. I mean, there was like, a main good Lightning deck, so people mostly just played that, but Electro Power is super good in any Lightning deck. Premium Power Pro, which is pretty much the same card, just for a different type, really good in any fighting deck. And Electro Power, Lightning was good without Electro Power as well, and fighting isn't insane, but fighting's not like terrible. And ultimately, this brings you back to my point of what deck do I think will be the good deck. I think that deck's gonna be Cynthia's Garchomp EX. Cynthia's Garchomp EX is pretty good now, in my opinion, but it doesn't necessarily do enough damage all the time. We see people putting in something like Monkey Dory sometimes to try to get enough damage there. And you have Cynthia's Roserade as well to increase the damage, but you're not always doing quite enough to get to where you want to be. You are tanky. There's a lot of really good things about this deck, but you're not always doing enough damage. But Premium Power Pro can get you there. It's not like you have insane draw, unlike with the Electro Power decks, and certainly with the power tablet decks, you have a really strong draw engine here. You have like, I mean, it's okay, but it's fine. I mean, you can get extra damage. Extra damage is always really good. I mean, Vitality Band isn't super good, and plus power is kind of similar, which I mean, it certainly saw play. Oh, this is why there wasn't that much data, but I mean, it was a card that saw play a lot, but it was like reprinted a bunch of times, and the damage levels were lower, and the game was like different then. So ultimately, it's a little weaker of a comparison. I'd say this is a worse comparison than Power Tablet was, which again isn't an amazing comparison, but Electro Power I think is the best comparison. Electro Power, probably will end up being better than I guess Premium Power Pro will be. Also, like power levels are a little higher now, though not that much higher. But Premium Power Pro is a card that is going to be doing is going to be very good for fighting type Pokemon. So any fighting type deck will definitely be playing it, assuming it's like a normal deck. How good will fighting be? I think it will be good. I think the Garganackle is a nice little buff to the deck as well. So we could see a deck that's like Garganackle, Hariyama, Mega Lucario, a bunch of moving pieces there, but I think it works pretty well. Hariyama is a gusting Pokemon as well. This is clearly kind of what they want us to play as well. But Hariyama is a Pokemon that here is able to provide Gust, which is like the function of a trainer, which is nice to have, or specifically a supporter. So you have more room to play draw supporters, like Researcher Iono or whatever. And the new supporter, Lily's Determination, which is just like stupid good. It's like super, super good for his draw. Definitely really good. Oh, this is not, I thought this was the other set, but yeah, I mean this set is, oh, here it is. You got other good trainers in this set, like Wise Compassion, which you could pair with it. Acer's Mischief, probably not super good. I think Acer's Mischief is like a fine card, but it's a little situational. Could be nice to not give up as many prizes. Mega Signal as well, which is nice, and pairs with the Mega Kangaskhan, which I think is like super good in the new set. Not broken, but quite good. So I think this set has a lot of support for Mega Lucario EX, so it could end up being really good. I think Cynthia's Garchomp could end up being really good. I think Mamoswine EX, I don't think the pieces are super amazing. Garganackle adding extra damage is like cool, but the deck's like built to do a ton of damage anyways. So Garganackle is cool, this one specifically, but is it what you're looking for? Not sure. You could pair the extra fighting stuff with Cornerstone Master Ogre Pontiacs, but it's mostly played within wall decks, so like walling, like focus decks, like you see like Milotic and Giraffe or for Giraffe. I mean, it can pop up in lots of different things though, but those things are like as tech options, so the way it's played right now, the new fighting support tools don't really synergize with it, but it could be good, and I think you would probably toss it into a Mega Lucario deck, but not those other fighting decks we were talking about, like the stage twos. Ultimately, oh, it could also be with Okidogi as well. I don't think Okidogi is a super strong Pokemon. It's a pretty good single prizer, but it can't quite keep up, I don't think. But it is still kind of cool, so it's not bad, and it could be nice with Premium Power Pro. I do think that would be a nice little addition to it. Karkanak, I don't think you'd be putting in there, but you could if you really wanted to, and can get the NG on as well, and can heal. I mean, I think you can actually make use of the healing as well here. So, ultimately, you have some pretty cool things going on here with Fighting type, and I think it could be the best type. I don't think it's quite there yet, but I do think Premium Power Pro is amazing, and made a video talk about the best upcoming cards a little while ago, and I said I think I said it was second. Maybe it was even third. I think Air Balloon, it might have been fourth because Air Balloon was on that list, Tool Scrap was on that list, and Liz Determination was at the top, I believe, which are all super great universal cards. This is a super great card for one type. But it is very, very good. But tell me down below, am I overreacting? Is Premium Power Pro not that good? And what do you think will be the best fighting type deck? Do you think any of these will be contending for the top deck in the game? Do you think any of them are the top deck right now? Tell me down below your thoughts. But I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking and subscribing because that really helps out support me and the channel. But I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.